Welcome everyone, my name is Yasmin. How are you feeling today? Hope you are well, and if not, I hope you feel better after the class. So we are paying some extra attention to ankles and feet today. Maybe two areas you usually don't think about much if you don't have pain there. So when you wear shoes, it can affect some of the dexterity of the feet. You may not be able to do full range of motion of your ankles and feet depending on what shoes you're wearing, and that can lead to weakness in these areas, stiffness, and sometimes pain. In addition, it's also good to concentrate on these areas because you can increase your balance. And when you get older, we tend to fall more easily, so when we have good balance, we can prevent those falls. And lastly, I just want to say that if you're weak in your ankles and feet, you usually compensate further up in your legs. Maybe your knees work more than they should have to, or hips and so forth. So just food for thoughts before we get started. As always, listen to your body. If you want to adjust, do so. If something doesn't feel right, or if you ever have any pain, back out, adjust. Enjoy your time here. Starting in child pose today. So big toes touching, wide knees. And there are options. You can make fists and have forehead on top, rest there. Maybe rest your arms behind you, or if you have a bolster or a pillow, you can place that on the floor and rest your chest on there. Just taking some time before we get moving to center ourselves, quiet the body and mind. Starting with a deep inhale through your nose and exhale mouth. Let's do that one more time. Just land on your mat here, starting or continuing to breathing in and out through your nose, which we do mostly throughout the practice. Normal breath, whatever is normal for you. Make sure you relax your jaw, your neck muscles. Maybe you already feel some stretch in your ankles when you're in this pose. And I know some of you won't have your glutes all the way to the heels. That's totally fine too. Find your center, your stillness. Feel your breath. Notice where it's strongest. Is it in the belly? Maybe it's further up. And remind yourself why you are here today. Why did you show up for yourself? One more inhale and exhale here. And then slowly take your arms in front of you. Spread your fingers. Forehead relaxes on the floor or towards the floor. You feel some sensation in your shoulders probably. And on the next exhale, walk your hands over to the right side, stretching side body, left side, creating some space here. Inhale and exhale, walk your hands over to the other side, stretching the right side. Always breathing smoothly. And walk your hands to the middle, starting some movements. So hips come forward and then sit back again. You can even tuck your toes if you want here. Feeling some compression in your toe joints. And coming up on your knees. If your knee hurts, you may want to place some a blanket or something under your knees. So knees are about hip width apart. Inhale, reach your arms out and up, maybe look up. Exhale down, one more time, inhale. And exhale. Next time your arms are overhead, interlace your fingers, press them to the palms, to the ceiling, and press your shoulders down. Engage your core, breathe. Again, notice where you feel this. And interlace your fingers behind your back, shoulder blades together, and maybe tucking your toes. Open your heart to the front here. And coming down on all fours. Hands under your shoulders or about there. You can always adjust. If you have a wrist problem, maybe placing your hands further in front of your shoulders. So maybe you need them even wider than your shoulders. Spread your fingers. And knees, same thing about hip width apart. Just doing simple cat-cow here. Looking down, neutral spine. Inhale, exhale, draw the navel into spine. Chin to chest, cat. And belly to floor, look up, press the floor away. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Warming up your spine here. You can add an ujjayi breath if that feels good for you, restricting the back of your throat. Sound like the ocean. It's a very soothing breath. Move in your own pace with your breath. And come to a neutral spine. And take your hands over a little bit to the left side and take your right foot forward, coming to low lunge so that left knee is on the floor. Pressing your hips forward. And leave your hands on your knee, on that right knee if that feels good. Or reaching your arms up, shoulders down again. Stretching the front of your left thigh, hip flexor. And from here, hands to the floor. Tuck your toes of the left foot and see if you can come and sit back. Glute on that left heel. You may not reach all the way down, that's fine too. If you need blocks, you can place them under your hands here too. Flex that front foot. I can start feeling that stretch in the sole of my left foot, compression of the toes on that floor too, on that foot too. And slowly walk forward. Take your right foot back. Let's do cat-cow again. Inhaling and exhaling. Does this feel different this time? Maybe not. One more inhale and exhale. Neutral spine. Move your hands a little bit over to the right side. Left foot steps forward, right knee on the floor. Low lunge on the other side, pressing your hips forward. And again, hands on your knee or reach them up. If you reach them up, make sure your shoulders are down. Notice your breath here. Notice how your body feels without judgment. Next, exhale, hands to the floor. Tuck the toes on the right foot. Straighten that front leg as much as you can and flex the left foot. Sit back. Use props if you need to, blocks or books under your hands if you need to. And slowly come forward, foot back, tuck your toes, and press your hips back with bent knees. So it's like a crouching down dog here. From here, see if you can straighten your legs. Heels may or may not come to the floor. And bend your knees again, going back and forth. Head is relaxed. Fingers are spread and pressing into the floor. Pause in down dog. So you're forming that inverted V. Engage your core, shoulders away from your ears. Bend your knees if you need to. And then bend your knees and walk your hands back to your feet. Hold in half with bent knees and slowly roll up, vertebrae by vertebrae. Head last, reaching your arms up and palms in front of your heart center. Placing your hands on your hips, take your right foot forward and press the top of that left foot into the floor. So where do you feel this? I can feel a good stretch on the left ankle here, top of that foot. Maybe you feel it somewhere else. So just a gentle stretch. Breathing the whole time. From here we're going to balance on your right foot. So engage your core, look at something in front of you that doesn't move, that helps with the balance. And from here, see if you can take your left knee forward. You can grab a hold of that knee with your hands. Maybe draw circles with your ankle, left foot, both directions. And if your balance is off, if you're holding your breath, maybe be close to a wall and hold on to that wall with one hand. And gently step that left foot back, right foot back, shake it out. And we have the other foot left. Hands on hips, left foot forward, right top of the foot pressing into the floor, stretching right ankle. Breathe. Enjoy. Ready for that balance again. Engage your core. Right knee forward, hands on the knee, and maybe draw a circle with the right ankle this time. Both directions. Awesome. Step your right foot back, left foot follows. Inhale, reach up, exhale, swan dive. Hinge at the hips, walk to plank. And come all the way down to the floor. Bend your elbows back. Wide hands wider than the mat, fingers like spider legs, chin tucked. Separate your feet. Inhale, peel your heart up from the floor, compression, lower spine. Exhale, fold. One more time. And third time. Pause up here, cobra variation. Shoulder blades towards each other, doesn't matter how far up you get. As long as you can breathe smoothly and feel something, you are okay. And come down, press you to child pose. Just a few breaths. Up to down dog. Pause. Is your jaw relaxed? Neck relaxed. And from here up on your toes, bend your knees and walk your feet to the front of your mat. Once you're here, feet about hip width apart, come halfway up, hips pressed to the back. Hands on your shin bones or fingertips on the floor. Exhale, fold. Inhale one more time, halfway up. And then exhale, fold. Reach your arms out and up. Palms reach to the ceiling and then in front of your heart center. We're starting a little flow. Stay at the front of the mat. I'm just going to show it from the front here so you can see. Hands on your hips. And you can have your feet separate or feet together. More balanced to have them separated. Engage your core. Look at something maybe in front of you that doesn't move. Balance on your toes. Tippy toes on your balls of the feet here. Heels on the floor. Take right toes off the floor. So you're balancing on that right heel. And then the same thing, left heel on the floor, toes off the floor. Feet on the floor, and then on the balls again, heels to the floor. Right toes up, left toes up. Let's do it one more time. Balance, heels to the floor. Right and left. From here, inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, swan dive, hinge at the hips, folding back. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold, bend your knees. And take a big step back with your right foot, setting up warrior one. Hips square to the front, that Right heel is on the floor. You can keep your hands on your hips or reach your arms up. If you do, reach them up. Make sure your shoulders are down. Breathing in and out through your nose. From here, reach your arms forward and torso forward. Engage your core. Inhale, reach up again. Let's do that one more time. Forward with torso and arms. Come all the way up. Turning to your right side. Setting up warrior two. Left knee bent, shoulders over your hips. Engage your pelvic all the way up, drawing in through, in and up through your core muscles. Looking over that left arm. Engage the muscles in your arms too, in your fingers. Coming into a reverse triangle. So left knee straighten, open side body, left side. Breathing, and place your right hand on the side of your right leg there. And warrior two again. Extended side angle. Left forearm on the thigh, fingertips on the floor, or use a block and place your hand on it. See where you need to take this today. You can take that top arm reaching over your head maybe. And press your feet into the floor. Inhale, come up, warrior two. Cartwheel your hands to the floor, and that right heel comes off the floor. Taking one big step with your right foot, or maybe small steps. Once you're here, come into a little ball, so your heels are off the floor again, looking up. Exhale, straighten your legs as much as you can, let your head relax. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, ball, heels off the floor. Exhale, fold. And reach your arms all the way up. Hands in front of your heart center. Also, I'm doing the same thing on the other side. So top of the mat, hands on your hips. Balance on your toes. Right toes and then left. Again, heels off the floor. Right, left. Let's do one more. Reach your arms up. Swan dive, fold in half. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold, bend your knees. This time, left foot steps back, setting up warrior one. Left heel on the floor. I'll turn around so you see better. Maybe reaching your arms up. Ready for the fold? Inhale, reach up. Exhale, torso, arms forward. And press yourself up again. One more time. Reaching up. Opening to the left side. Setting up warrior two. So if you need to widen your stand, please do so. Again, shoulder over your hips. Looking over that right hand this time. Check in with your breath. Reverse triangle, right leg extends, reach back with the right hand. And next exhale, warrior two, extended side angle, your variation. Maybe reaching that top arm overhead. Just notice if you're pressing the outer edge of your left foot into the floor, otherwise do it. Breathe. One more. Inhale and exhale in this pose. And then press yourself up. Cartwheel your hands to the front of the mat. That left heel off the floor. Step forward with your left foot. One step or several steps. Little ball looking up. Heels off the floor. Exhale, heels to the floor. Fold in half. One more time. Exhale. And come all the way up. Palms in front of your heart center. Shake it up. Good job. Coming down to squatting position. So separate your feet and sit down. So you want your elbows on the inside of your knees, pressing out. Knees press in, looking for that nice long spine. And you can probably feel it in your ankles here. If your heels are off the floor and you feel okay, just stay there. You can also use a block maybe to sit on, or if you have a bolster, you can straddle the bolster. Or maybe you need both a bolster and a blanket, or a block. Find stillness here, long beautiful spine, opening your hips, feel that compression, ankles. Follow your breath, a few more breaths here. If your eyes are closed, slowly open them. Maybe hands in front of you. And slowly come out of the pose, create some movement and sit down in child pose. Rest here, arms behind you or in front of you. Just stillness, a few breaths. Connecting with earth and stretching those ankles that we were just flexing. From here, slowly coming up, sit up. Next, we are doing sesa with toe tucks. So coming to all fours, tucking your toes here. Feet are about hip width apart and come back. So you can use your fingers and help even the little toes to be tucked. So you're on the balls of the feet here. Shoulders over your hips. If you sit like this and relax your shoulder, your neck, this is the most intense version of the pose. You may not feel it right away, but I promise you it will happen if you sit for a long time. If it's too much, you can lean forward a little bit. Another option is to use a bolster or a pillow or even a block here. And then flex your, tuck your toes. So see where you need to take this pose. Once you're there, again, if it's comfortable, close your eyes. Find stillness, peace in this pose. So what are we working? You should feel a stretch of the soles of the feet, your compression, your ankles, your toe joints. Make sure your jaw, neck, shoulders are relaxed. And imagine you're breathing in to any tight spots you feel. Pose I often do in yin yoga. It's an awesome pose. We're not staying as long as in yin here, just a little longer. Notice where your mind takes you if this is difficult. And of course you can always adjust. If it's too much, come forward with your torso. One more inhale and exhale. Then, listen to me, hands on the floor, feet off the floor, and be in stillness, not moving those feet or toes. Notice, you probably feel some energy around your ankles, feet, and toes. This is where the magic happens. Water is distributing in those areas. From here, start some movements, maybe gently start tapping tops of the feet into the floor. Shaking it out. And come to seated. Baddha Konasana next one, which means soles of the feet together and knees out to the sides. If you're rounding your back, use a blanket or something to sit on. So it doesn't matter how far down you get your knees. We're all built differently. Some of you may have injuries. So don't worry if your knees are up here. Inhale and exhale, heart to the front. Just notice how this feels. How are your inner thighs? Where do you feel this? Option to stay here or round your back. Relax your head, your jaw, your neck. Find your sweet spot. And notice if you're still breathing smooth and steady. If not, adjust. Maybe if you don't feel anything, you need to go deeper. If it's too much, back off. And slowly come all the way up. And maybe use your hands, place your knees together. Extend your legs, shake it up. Use that blanket if you need, again, under your sitting bones. This time, hands behind you. Feet can be together, or you can separate your feet a little too. Point your toes, flex. Go back and forth again. I told you we were doing a lot of ankles and feet today. And next time, you're flexing your feet, reaching your arms up maybe, folding forward, leading with your heart again. So some of you may have your hands on your thighs, shin bones. Doesn't matter if you can reach your toes here. Feel free to stay here, or as we did in the previous pose, if you want to round your spine, relax your head, your jaw, come further down. So you're feeling hopefully a good stretch in the back of the legs. If your hamstrings are tight, your knees may bend a little, and that's totally fine. So finding, again, that sweet spot where you feel something, you can still breathe smoothly. If you do that after a few breaths, the muscles may relax and you may be able to go deeper into the pose. If it doesn't happen, no worries. Let's do just a couple of more breaths here. And then when you're down, slowly come to seated. Shake it out if you need to. Bending your right knee. Let's see if you can hold that foot. So if you want the left leg straight, you can do that. Or if you prefer to bend that leg, you can do that too. So just relaxing the muscles in your right ankle, foot, toe. So maybe draw a circle. See what you need here. Circle in both directions. Maybe some tapping, massage, holding each toe, anything that feels good for you. And we have one foot, ankle left. So take the other leg, same thing. See what you need. Pamper yourself a little here. Okay, and lay down on your back. We're almost done. Bend your knees and grab a hold of your feet from the outside, coming into happy baby. So flexing your feet and gently press down. So you want your whole spine on the floor. You can be in stillness or move from side to side if this is not working for you. Maybe toes together, or wrap your hands on your shin bones and gently press down here. And one more inhale and exhale. Give yourself a little hug here. Maybe shoulders off the floor. And extend your legs. Hands on your belly. Just a few breaths here. So inhaling slowly through your nose. And exhale slowly through your mouth. Let's do that one more time. The exhale may be longer than the inhale. And do it one more time on your own. Feeling your breath all the way to the belly maybe, moving up your rib cage, your chest. We are ready for final relaxation. Shavasana. Let your arms be about 45 degrees from your body, palms facing up, chin slightly tucked, toes hang out to the sides. Relax your body, relax your mind. You can always follow your breath. Familiarize yourself with it even more. Starting to relax from the top, the crown of your head. Space in between your eyebrows, your facial muscles, your neck. Relaxing your shoulders, arms, wrists, hands, fingers. Relax your chest, your belly. Relax your upper and lower back. Make sure to relax your hips, your glutes, front of the legs, back of the legs, ankles, feet, toes completely relaxed. Just enjoying this time with yourself in stillness. Pulling inwards. If you have time, maybe stay here for at least 2-3 more minutes, maybe even longer. If you're ready to come out of this, turn to the right side. Rest on that right upper arm, bend your knees maybe. Just a few breaths here. Pressing that left hand into the floor and slowly come up with your head last. Eyes still closed if it's comfortable. Notice how you feel mentally, physically after this practice. Thank yourself for being here. Taking care of yourself. It will benefit everyone else too and has a ripple effect. Palms in front of your heart center. Thank you so much for letting me guide you through this practice today. I hope you feel good. I hope to see you soon again. I bow to you. My soul honors your soul. I honor the light, love, truth, and beauty within you. Because it's also within me. In sharing these things, we are united, we are the same, we are one. Bow your head to seal the practice. Namaste. Don't forget to share the love by subscribing to my channel and contribute with a comment too.